we're going to be giving you a tour of our homeschool room. But before we get into the tour, I just want to share a few quick words with you guys. Now, the first thing, and you'll hear this a lot, is that you absolutely do not have to have a designated homeschool room. A lot of our learning gets done outside of the homeschool room, whether that be reading books on the couch or in bed, or listening to audiobooks in the car. A lot of our mess activities will actually take downstairs to the basement or outside. And we also just spend a lot of time outside in nature. So you absolutely do not have to have a designated room. And I know a lot of homeschoolers that don't have a designated room just use their dining room table, and it works great for them. So, yeah. I just wanted to let you guys know that. One of the main reasons that we like to have a homeschool room is because, well, our house is usually a bit messy. So having this smaller designated space makes it much more feasible for us to keep clean and tidy. And having that cleanliness just provides a sense of peace and calm and helps us focus while we're learning. And the kids have actually been getting really great about respecting the materials and putting their trays and activities back on the shelf when they're done with them. So that's been really great for us. And then the second thing I want to mention is that this is our homeschool room, not our homeschool storage. So we do have another room for our homeschool storage where we keep a lot of our craft materials and unit study materials. And if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below, and hopefully I can get that video out for you guys soon. Alright, and then the last and final thing I want to mention is that the Charlotte Mason and Montessori and Waldorf methods have been the big inspiration behind the design of this room. So I was really drawn to the beauty that all three of these philosophies kind of present and strive for. And then we also just really like to have natural materials in our home and for learning and play. So that's been really important for us. But it also just brings like a warm feeling to it. So it's nice to have for education. And then as far as Montessori goes, having that well-prepared environment for child-led learning is extremely important. So even though we do different themes throughout the year and the shelves get switched out, when the kids come into the room, they're allowed to pick out whatever they want, whether that just be a coloring book. So yeah, so it's all child-led. And I think that's the last thing I wanted to mention. So let's go ahead and get into the tour.
All right, you guys, so we are going to start over here to the left of the door. And this is probably what most of you guys are familiar with and have seen in my videos. But these are our shelves. And these shelves, they're usually switched out with different themes or unit studies. And they usually have a lot of hands-on Montessori inspired activities on them. And a lot of the time I like to keep their activities in the tray so it's easier for them to carry over to the table. And right now we just have an ocean theme going on for summer. So this will get switched out before we start our official first day of school in the fall. Right, and then to the left of the shelves we just have this plant that the kids help take care of. And they're pretty good about leaving it alone besides when they take care of it. Right. And then above the shelves we have this beautiful Peter Rabbit, Beatrix Potter poster. And the kids just absolutely adore Peter Rabbit, so I thought that would be so much fun for them. Right. And then over here to the right of the shelves, we have a little hook here. And a lot of the time I just have some art hanging on it. And I usually put the art in this protective sleeve that I got at the Dollar Tree. But we've also used this hook to hang their anatomy apron, and then I've also hung like a string of Bible verses on it, so it's been used for a couple different things. Right. And then down here we just have a basket of books that usually go along with the theme. Right now it's ocean again, but this basket doesn't usually stay in here. It gets moved throughout the house whenever we want to read them. All right. And then I also want to point out that we do have a little baby gate, and this gate helps keep the dog out and the toddler in. Right. And then over here we just have a closet, and inside the closet we have one of these little rainbow carts. And then on top I've got their learning binders. So I've got my daughter's preschool one and then my son's toddler one. And I will link below the video of the preschool learning binder if you guys want to see what's inside of it. And then I'll show you guys what's in the cart. So in the top drawer here we just have some workbooks because my child does enjoy doing workbooks. And then just some pencils, pencil sharpener, and then little pencil grips for the pencils. And then I also do keep, we have some white clean books in there for dry erase markers. And then there's also a workbook in there for my son. He just likes to scribble in it. He likes to do whatever Big Sis is doing. And then in this drawer we have some file folder games. And then this one, just a little writing notepad, and I'll put different fun writing stuff in here. So sometimes we have little dry erase boards and dry erase markers. And down here we just have a cutting activities book, and then some other workbooks that are mainly for me to reference back to. And then on the bottom we just have some felt maps. So we have a continents and animal one, and then a United States map of all the different states with some various landmarks. And we got those at the Target dollar spot. All right. And then you'll notice we also have a big chalkboard back there, and my husband is currently working on building a frame for that. So it's not up yet. Right. And then up top we just have a few things that I keep up here just to keep out of reach of our toddler, mainly just because he is a wall artist. So we've got our markers, some glue, dry erase markers, the do-a-dot markers, and some chalk up there. All right, so over here on the wall we just have a few posters that came with the kids' little passport subscription boxes. On the top they have their world map, and they get different stickers to put on each month. And then down below they just have a little rainforest poster, and the kids asked me to put that up, and just has some different rainforest animals on it to find. Right, and then down below we have another shelf. Now this shelf pretty much stays the same most of the time. There's a few things that get switched out. But on the top we have our little days of the week gnomes. And my daughter and I made these together. And they're just a fun, cute, adorable way to mark the day of the week. And it was also just a really good bonding experience to make these together. And so the kids are starting to make associations with the colors and the days of the week. And my daughter will also use these and practice her letter sounds. So she'll ask me what day it is, and I'll say Wednesday, and then she'll know to get the W out. Right, and then down below, we just have some coloring books and crayons, so the kids are allowed to color at any time if they wish. And then we have this really cool wooden tracing board, which helps with writing. And on one side, we have uppercase, and then the other side is lowercase. And I'll link where I got this in the description box. This is from Etsy. And I'll try to link most things that I think people are gonna be interested in the description box, guys. Right, and then down here, we have some more wooden tracing boards. These ones I got from Target, and there's a numbers one and a letters one. And I did get both because these ones are wider, and so we can fill them with more objects like little pom-pom balls. All right, and then we have a little wooden math board. This is just so beautiful, and this is great for just for counting as well as addition and subtraction. So the addition and subtraction is on the other side, and then practice counting is on that side. And it comes with these little wooden number boards, and then some little wool balls. So that's a fun way to practice math with the kids. And then on the bottom, we just have their Montessori sandpaper letters. Great for tracing the letters as well as starting to learn letter sounds. So it's very tactile. And then lastly, we just have some board games, and these do get switched out, so I'll switch out whichever ones I want to put out that week. And then the kids are allowed to pick out a board game at any time if they wish. Right, then over here we just have this little two drawer shelf, sorry. And there's not really much in it, just the kids' little pizza pointer, which they love right now. But a lot of the time we'll switch out this for like their globe. We also use this little area to put like their butterfly net. So lots of uses there. All right, so over here by the window, we have some of the kids' artwork being displayed. So I just have some twine hanging and some little clothespins to hang up some of the kids' most recent and favorite artwork. The kids like to put up all of their artwork, but I usually have to go through it at night, otherwise there's just way too much on it. And then on the very top, we have some of the larger painting projects that the kids have done throughout the year. And I'll probably, still debating, but I'll probably clear off the shelf and we'll start all over in the fall with brand new projects to display. And then on the windowsill here, we do have some binoculars for the kids. And then we have this little step stool slash shelf that my dad made for the kids, sorry. And in it, we have the kids' little passport suitcase, along with some books that come with their monthly subscription. Right. And then we also have this little Backyard Birds of Iowa poster, and I got this off of Etsy as well. And it's just so beautiful. She did such a great job. And then on this windowsill, we have our little weather gnomes. And now these we didn't make, we did purchase these. And they're just so cute as well. So we'll put out our little weather gnome of the day. And we have these little tree cutouts, so we actually have two of them in case we need two weather gnomes of the day, just depending. And then we also have a little window bird feeder, which currently needs filled up, but we gotta run to the store and get more bird seeds still. So, right. And then over here in this corner, we have our nature shelf. I know most people have a nature table. We have a nature shelf. And right now, again, we have an ocean theme for the summer. And I have just been switching this shelf out seasonally. I know a lot of people like to switch it out monthly, but seasonally has been working out well for us so far. So right now we just have some books and wooden toys, some silks, and then down below we have a few more books, some reference books for the kids to look at. Actually, most of those were my old books. Then above the nature shelf, we have another little display shelf. Right now we just have a lot of rocks and minerals in it. And then our butterfly life cycle, our little acrylic set there that we got from Nature Watch. And some of these rocks we actually just got from South Dakota. So that's fun, and we'll continue filling that up. Alright, then on this wall we just have some vintage style educational posters. We've got a whale one for our ocean theme. We've got a mineral one right now. And then we have your classic butterfly one that I'm sure you've seen a lot of homeschoolers have. The plan is for the future to take the middle one out there and put the chalkboard there, and then just switch out the two on both sides of the chalkboard every now and then. And down below by the nature shelf, I've got a busy box for my toddler. And I'll just give you guys a quick peek on what's inside of it. So he's allowed to get into his busy box at any time. But we just have like a magnetic fishing game, some Tegu magnetic blocks, some little wooden cars, a wooden lacing toy, and just a wooden spoon and a wooden bowl. And most of those are based off his interests. Alright, so last but not least, in the middle of the room here, we just have our table where we do a lot of our learning and activities. And I got this table off of Amazon, and I just thought it was really beautiful and very nice for the price. And it's been working out well for us so far. I think it'll last a few more years before my daughter grows out of it, my oldest child. And then we do like to have fresh flowers on the table. It just helps put us in a really good mood. Sometimes we do have to move them to a different room or on the floor while we're learning. But for the most part, they're just really nice to have. So it just helps set the environment. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more homeschool videos in the future. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for joining us.